Pringles, potato crisps in a tube. Pop it up and get in the mood.
One little pop. Quiet, but the whole world knows it. Red tube can, clear plastic lid, mustache logo grinning. Pringles. The can everyone thinks is full of air, until that lid snap kicks off a ritual. Pringles isn't just a snack, it's edible geometry. Born in 1968, it rewrote how humans eat potatoes. From a Procter & Gamble lab, one chemist turned munching into a global icon. Not just with crunch, but with math, chemistry, and design. Today, we're cracking open the can, where science, engineering, and culture collide, and where one pop becomes the universal language of snacks. If you've ever torn open a bag of chips and found half air, half greasy crumbs, you've hit the exact problem that drove Frederick Bauer, a P&G packaging chemist, nuts in the mid-60s. Bauer wasn't a chef or an ad guy. He was a scientist who believed packaging can matter as much as the thing inside. He set himself a tiny-sounding mission that became his life's manifesto. Make a chip that doesn't break, doesn't wrinkle, doesn't soak up oil, and every slice is identical to the last. To do it, Bauer had to scrap the traditional chip playbook. Instead of slicing whole potatoes, he pulverized them, made a pure mash, then rebuilt the shape from scratch. Cooking? Not quite. This was a lab experiment executed with engineering skill and artisan patience. Result? A chip so perfect you could measure it with a ruler. In 1968, the product launched with the clunky name Pringles Newfangled Potato Chips. Translation: New-style potato slices. The name Pringles sounds catchy but mysterious. Nobody knows where it came from. One theory, the team borrowed it from Pringle Drive, a street near P&G's Ohio office. Random, but perfect. Short, fun, memorable, and a little weird, just like the product. Still, success didn't come overnight. Americans back then said, "It's not real chips." And they were right. The FDA ruled Pringles contained only about 42% potato. The rest was rice, wheat, and corn starches. So in 1975, Pringles had to switch the label from potato chips to potato crisps. One word, but it shaped the entire brand identity. No longer chips, not quite crisps, its own snack universe. In the UK, the story got even funnier. Brits already called chips crisps, so when Pringles switched to potato crisps, it just confused them more. A fix that turned into a transatlantic grammar puzzle. But the debates didn't hurt Pringles. They made it stand out. Tall tube packaging, perfectly stacked saddles, unmistakable crunch. Pringles invented a whole new way to eat. No crumbs, no greasy fingers, no sharing. By the late 80s, Pringles was a global phenomenon, selling billions of cans a year. Those red tubes showed up in kitchen cabinets, dorm rooms, movie theaters, anywhere you heard that pop. And then, a chillingly perfect detail closed the loop. In 2008, Frederick Bauer died. Per his wishes, part of his ashes were buried in an actual Pringles can. A tidy ending for the man who canned perfection. So, what the heck is Pringles made of? Short answer, potato-flavored science. That crisp snap in your mouth isn't a fried potato slice. It's the result of physics, chemistry, and a dash of culinary magic. It all starts with top-grade fresh potatoes, selected down to the gram of starch, percent of moisture, shade of yellow flesh. Only the perfect ones make the cut for the factory. They're washed, peeled, diced, then boiled at 185 degrees Fahrenheit, just enough to soften, not mush. Next, mashed into ultra-smooth puree, spread onto giant drying drums. Imagine making crepes, except the crepe is potato. Once dry, the mash becomes a super thin potato film. Engineers scrape it off, grind it into potato flakes, the foundation of every Pringles chip. Getting that smoothness took years of R&D, drum speed, pressure, temperature. One tiny slip and the potato burns or loses its natural flavor. That's just the opening act. Now, the snack experiment begins. In massive mixing tanks, potato flakes team up with a dream-supporting cast. Rice flour for light, airy crispness. Wheat flour for structure and chew. cornstarch and degermed cornmeal for the perfect snap when you break one in half, maltodextrin to lock in moisture and shelf life, emulsifiers and diglycerides to keep the mix from separating, and salt, the soul of every snack. When it's done, the stuff in the tank doesn't look like bread dough or pancake batter. It feels like wet beach sand, smooth, heavy, but perfectly uniform. That's Pringles dough, the raw material that gets rolled, cut, fried, and shaped into millions of identical chips every day. Here's the twist. Most ingredients aren't there for flavor. They're there to preserve perfection. One off-ratio gram of flour and an entire batch can flop, shatter, discolor, or worst, lose the pop when you open the can. With Pringles, the pop matters more than the taste. And the paradox, Pringles aren't deep-fried like traditional chips. Most oil shows up at the very end, after the dough has been formed into saddle shapes, hyperbolic paraboloids. They flash fry in 392 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, oil, just long enough to seal flavor, not soak in grease. Every speck is calculated to the thousandth, 1 millimeter thick, 2% final moisture, fry temp, steam release rate, cooling time. A mathematical recipe for a chip that won't break, won't stick, won't vary. When it's done, you've got a bizarre hybrid, part cracker, part mashed potato, part precision machinery. A creature that lives between the kitchen and the lab. It's not fully chip, not quite crisp. It's a bio-snack, existing on the border of food and engineering. Welcome to the Pringles factory, where every chip is made with NASA-level precision. No kitchen smells here, just the hum of metal and the steady beat of machines crafting the world's most iconic snack. Mixed potato dough gets pressed under more than 4 tons of force into a pale golden sheet exactly 1 millimeter thick. From a distance, it looks like a giant sheet of starch paper gliding on shiny conveyors. Once potatoes, now raw material. A shift from farm to factory. Oval cutters start their rhythm, each rotation punching out hundreds of perfect dough blanks, so uniform AI cameras measure them to the pixel. Workers jokingly call them doyles, dough plus ovals. Scrap dough gets collected, re-kneaded, recycled. Nothing is wasted in the Pringles loop. Then comes the jaw-dropping part, geometric magic. Each dough blank passes through a forming fryer, where it's bent into a hyperbolic paraboloid, a true 3D mathematical surface, curved up and down like a saddle. That shape lets Pringles stack perfectly without breaking. An edible industrial sculpture. The chips fry in 392 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius, oil for exactly 11 seconds. No more, no less. Enough to lock in flavor, not enough to burn. Oil hissing, steam venting, chips turning golden in perfect sync. Out of the fryer, they ride through a cooling tunnel. 104 degrees Fahrenheit air blasts dry the surface, locking in crunch. Every chip gets wiped of stray oil droplets. Here, snacks aren't fried. They're precision molded by time and heat. Then, the final ritual. The seasoning shower. Thousands of chips march under seasoning towers. Flavor powder falls like fine snow. Sour cream and onion, BBQ, pizza, cheese, even Pickle Rick. Each flavor a unique recipe, controlled by laser sensors measuring milligrams. Too little, bland, too much, off color. Every grain has to land in the right spot, right amount, right moment. Each day, the plant uses nearly 6,000 pounds of seasoning, 3 tons of flavor sprinkled on millions of chips worldwide. A symphony of scent, color, and tech. Robots fine-tune drop angles. Cameras check hue. Sensor data decides if a batch passes or fails. Everything runs like an automated orchestra. Instruments made of conveyors, hot oil, and potato starch. No missed beats, no improv, no mistakes. When you hear that pop opening the can, you're hearing the echo of thousands of mechanical cycles, hundreds of cameras, and countless measurements, all for one thing: perfect crunch. Okay, that's how Pringles are born. But before they reach you, they face final exams. Quality techs call it the pop test. In a red-lit room, experts taste one chip at a time. Place the seasoned side on the tongue, chew slowly, rate crunch, salt, aroma. One bad chip and the whole lot can be rejected. When they pass, Pringles get stacked into perfect columns, slid into cans. Automated machines weigh, seal, snap on plastic lids, crimp metal bottoms. A full can is finished in seconds, but carries decades of engineering refinement. From line to shelf, the journey is nearly flawless because even the pop sound is acoustically measured. If one thing keeps Pringles immortal in the snack world, it's the flavor multiverse. Yeah, you heard right. Over 160 flavors, updating constantly like software patches. In the US, classics rule: original, sour cream and onion, cheddar cheese, BBQ, pizza, the MVPs of every movie night. But travel a bit and Pringles evolves like Pokemon. Japan has wasabi mayo, seaweed, soy sauce ramen. India rocks hot and spicy curry, tandoori masala, even paneer tikka. The UK loves prawn cocktail, roast chicken, and cheese and onion. Afternoon tea Pringles. Every country gets localized tweaks. Salt level, fat, heat, all dialed in. That means a Texas can never taste like a Tokyo one. Behind it, a wild process. Post-fryer, chips cool under 104 degrees Fahrenheit air, then pass through literal powder rain. Thousands of micrograins coat each saddle, sensors ensuring milligram precision. One speck too much or too little, and the batch is toast. Plants burn through approximately 6,000 pounds of seasoning daily, the weight of 2 cars, just to make it tasty. But Pringles doesn't stop there. The last decade kicked off the snack collab era. Limited drops with big brands. Wendy's Baconator, burger in a can. Rick and Morty Pickle Rick, official meme flavor. Minecraft Suspicious Stew, for gamers who hate pausing. Plus seasonal bangers. Pumpkin pie spice for Thanksgiving. Merry Pringmas, baked cheese for Christmas. Even the launch style is pure Gen Z. No old school ads, just flavor teasers on TikTok and Insta, fans guessing from powder color or emoji hints. Sometimes users vote on the next flavor. Choose your fighter, but for snacks. Bonus fun fact: mini stack cans for desks or lunch boxes. In Korea, they even sell soft bag versions for grab and go. Proof Pringles isn't just food, it's a global snack language. Every flavor is a dialect, a way for countries to flex taste and personality. So next time you pop a can, think. You're not just eating potato, you're taste traveling. Texas to Tokyo, one crisp at a time. If Coke is the icon of joy, Pringles is the icon of joy with order. Every chip identical, every can sky high, every lid pop a mini ritual. Small, but it makes the world smile. Since the 1970s, Pringles leapt from potato snack to global pop culture staple. The 1980 campaign, "Once you pop, you can't stop," wasn't just a slogan. It was a dopamine manifesto. It nailed the feeling of youth. Once you start, Pringles, TikTok, Netflix binge, you're locked in. The line went pre-internet viral and outlived generations of ads. In the 90s to 2000s, Mr. P, the curly mustache mascot, became America's goofy snack face. Kids drew him in notebooks. Adults cosplayed him at Halloween. But Mr. P's longevity secret? Adaptability. In the TikTok era, Pringles gave him a minimalist glow-up. Same stash, now with iPhone and Reels. A quiet flex. Legend, just upgraded. Pringles also fuels viral challenges. Pringles Ring Challenge. Stack chips into a freestanding ring. No glue. Hyperbolic paraboloid flex. Stack battles. Who can build the tallest tower without collapse? Those
Apparently
clips
it's
rack
impossible
millions
to
of
complete
views,
the Pringles
turning
circle.
snacks into
When I
fun
first started
physics
building
demos.
the Pringles circle, I
It
had
spilled
no
into
idea what I
games,
was doing, and
shows,
I kept falling.
music.
This is gonna
Pringles cans sit on tables in The Sims. Rick and Morty got official Pickle Rick flavor. Peak meta. Rapper Logic name-dropped stacking Pringles cans as a metaphor for success. Crisp, uniform, hard to topple. In India, Pringles means smart snacking. Tidy, handy for online classes or WFH. In the UK, the can is retro Y2K aesthetic. Movie nights, sleepovers, pure nostalgia. Weirdly, Pringles lives online too. TikTok ASMR vids obsess over the pop sound. People repurpose cans into phone speakers, camera stands, pen holders. From snack to Gen Z craft supply. Bottom line, Pringles pulled off what few foods do. It lives in pantries, memories, memes, and everyday lingo. One chip isn't just food, it's a slice of modern culture. When you hear that pop, you're not just opening a snack, you're opening half a century of memories, from a 1968 lab to 2025 TikTok. So from a Procter & Gamble lab in 1968, Frederick Bauer built more than a snack. He built edible architecture. Every Pringles saddle fuses chemistry, physics, and a touch of art. It's crisp, balanced, precise enough for geometry class. From mashed potato to thin sheet to saddle shape, it all happens in minutes. One lid pop replays the whole process in a single sound. Call it chip, crisp, or snack. Pringles outgrew every label. Proof that innovation doesn't need new ingredients, just a new angle. Next time you spot a can in the cupboard, remember, you're holding a 20th century experiment that won the world. A snack geometry that hooked us all. Hit that pop and don't stop.